The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. They'll start on the ground with Spears.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Right back to Spears.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
The Titans sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Let's go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Van Jefferson was the intended receiver.
And now it's 2nd down.
But you look at this Patriots defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Second and 10.
Back to throw. Ward. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Pats, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a 3rd and 6.
19 tight.
Looking to throw. Ward. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Milton Williams in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's May. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
They'll throw with May. He's got a man complete. Down to the 10 and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And Spears with another carry.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, you look at this Patriots defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Spears.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Well, it could have gone for more.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Hey, smash. Riggs, 18, Pioneer. Set go.
Back to throw.
Ward.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4. Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. 7-yard line.
Go!
Hand off to Spears.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 9, 2nd and 5.
Jets, Panther! Ready, ready!
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Go! Ready?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
18 Cardinals. Let's go now.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Trap 60, trap 60. Let's go. Hup.
Off play action. Ward.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Patriots are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
To throw, it's May.
Going deep for Diggs. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
To the air, May.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing here is May.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Hunter Henry brings it in. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
2nd and 5.
Off the play fake. Ward escaping the pressure right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Spears.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And here's a give to Spears. And he gets it down to the 32. Now 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off play action. Ward. It's caught. Lockett. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Operating from the gun. Ward. And it's a Titans touchdown. Van Jefferson from 8 yards out. And the Titans are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. The Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And that one makes it 14-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 70 yards.
And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 21-7. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Ward. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
And now a run with Spears.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
Brought down at the 20.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Second and 7 from the 20.
70 Timberwolf. Here we go. Here we go. 65 Cat. 65. Hurt. 19 Lion. Check out.
Looking to throw. Ward. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. 70 Lion. 79 Bronco. And up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Tyjae Spears as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Prater on to add the extra point.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. This time they stay on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Antonio Gibson on the return. The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Eluding the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a two-score game that has a chance to tighten up considerably.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you can do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and sneak it here.
And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, the quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
19,
At the 39-yard line.
Off the play fake. Ward. And his throw is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
18, Pioneer.
Ward now from the gun on 3rd down. And he is caught. He's got it first and maybe more. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Titans. Tyjae Spears with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Titans are back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they're winning 7 now at 28-21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Looking to throw. May. Being chased out left. And got his man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Hey, half the 60. Check up.
A man who played his college ball here in the Volunteer State of Memphis, Antonio Gibson.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 2nd and 9 now. Dancing to his left. And he gets it down to the 32.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, it's May.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
From the gun, a give to Henderson.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll run here with Henderson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Henry. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Patriots will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Alert! Alert! Ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
They'll run with Spears. They'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. New England on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is third down and 12. Operating from the gun, Ward. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Check. Go.
Here's a run by Spears.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Back to throw. Ward. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 44 yards.
And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
So a big 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans. They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
From the shotgun, it's May.
Flushed out right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And now an audible here into something else.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Diggs. He's got him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Stephon Diggs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Patriots are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
That's caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A nice throw from the rookie out of Miami, and it's going to be good for a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle they go. Spears. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Spears. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 3rd down, Spears. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a handoff up the middle. Spears.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Spears. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready up. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Ward. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there in the return. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And that should do it. He's got a first down, and the Patriots can run it out from here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Again, it's Henderson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Now they'll change things up. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Henderson running straight ahead. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Try to take this home. They'll run.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Patriots, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.